Hi, thank you for tuning in again to Vernay and Ryan's YouTube channel, MJJ5 Fanatics. I'm Vernay.
And I'm Ryan.
Today's topic is tour programs and special programs. So, we're going to just be going through some of our favorites and share some information with you and some personal stories. So, Ryan, you want to get started?
How about you get started first?
Okay, I'll go first. Now, these are not in chronological order, these are just in the order that, for whatever reason, we put them in. So I'm going to start with the program from the 30th anniversary concert. Got a couple of those. This was when Michael did the shows at Madison Square Garden in New York, September 7th and 10th in 2001. This one was a smaller flyer, trying to get the ring, there you go, that was put out by Radio City Entertainment. It wasn't all about Michael. This was about other shows happening in New York City, but Michael had the cover story, so I had to grab that as well. I'm trying to make sure that ring light, there you go, doesn't show.
You were blessed to be at that show, wasn't you?
I was blessed to be at both shows. Night one, I was in the front row, but I'm sure you've already watched that story on YouTube, and if you haven't, go do it.
Here's the Jackson 5 program book from 1973, the Australian tour. It has a lot of good pictures in here of the brothers, as you can see. I'll just show you one. Very interesting tour. I wasn't blessed to be there, but collector's item, of course.
Next, we have the 30 Years of Magic celebration. This was put on by the Michael Jackson Fan Club. It was actually a lot of fan clubs involved, if you can see the back of this, but it was actually produced by Deborah Donnelly and Navi. It was to celebrate Michael's 30 years of being a solo artist. So this was a party that was actually at Webster Hall. Now, this is one of those events that Ryan and I were at the same time, but didn't know each other, correct?
That's correct.
And so actually there's a couple of events like that, but I'll hold this up so you can see what the ticket looked like. I'm pretty sure Giuseppe designed the tickets there.
That was a great show. I seen a lot of entertainers mimicking Michael, and he was enjoying the show from the balcony.
He was enjoying the show. And I want to point out this group here, Bling Dynasty, I was actually working for that group at the time, and kind of used my connection to get them to be able to perform for Michael. So that was pretty cool.
Here's another program that I like a lot. This is when the Jackson 5 was in that transition from the Motown period to Philly International, and they were doing their Vegas shows. And I mean, the skits were magnificent. I mean, it showcased all the brothers and sisters' talent. And in the end of that, they started performing some of their new songs that was recorded by Philly International.
Again, these are in no particular order. This was the program from Michael's 45th birthday party that was held in Los Angeles, California.
I didn't make that one.
I actually was a part of the team for this one. We were called ambassadors. We had to wear a red jacket and tan pants. I do believe I did a video about that already, or maybe, I'm not sure. I can't keep up with my own self. But there was some, I wanted to show you something in particular about this one. This was a poem that I had wrote for our friend that had passed away. He also worked for the club. And the artwork right here you see was done by our friend Giuseppe, who also did the artwork on the other ticket, I believe. So this was the official program of Michael's 45th birthday.
Here's a program from the brothers on tour in America in '73, which at the time was $2. Can you imagine $2 for that program? Try to buy it for $2 now. One of my favorite eras, of course, you had just released Going Back to Indiana, which was a major hit during that time, and also their cartoon. There on the back, you'll see that cartoon. They was previewing that cartoon. Please forgive my VIP sticker, but this is the cartoon they were showing where it was going to be airing on Saturday morning, which is one of my favorite cartoons. I used to make sure I was up bright and early to see my boys on the screen do that thing.
Next is one of my favorite items. It is from the official Michael Jackson exhibition from Tokyo, Japan. This ring light is driving me crazy. Okay, here's a good angle. It is beautiful. It's just showing all of Michael's things that was on exhibit in Tokyo. This was a gift from my friend Charles because he was stationed there, and that's where the hoodie came from that you saw in the other video. So this was all a gift together. This is a beautiful, beautiful glossy book. Wonderful gift.
And here's the Jacksons' Destiny Tour. Now, I got a story to tell about this. And my aunt, who worked at Hatch Middle School at the time in Camden, New Jersey, she had filled in for a teacher named Mr. White to take the drama class to a concert tour. So the conditions was that she would get an extra ticket so I can go. But it was a top secret because they knew if I had found out, I would worry them to death. And I happened to find out, and I did worry him to death. And I was told that I was going to be picked up at 6 o'clock. So, of course, I was ready 5:30 in the morning. So I didn't know they meant 6 p.m. So as I was banging on my mom's door saying, Mom, Aunt Dorothy ain't here, Aunt Dorothy ain't here, I was crying. My mom said, boy, go to bed, Michael Jackson, sleep. Ah, boy, I put my mom through so much torture with these boys. But anyway, great show. Thank you, Aunt Dorothy. Had to be there.
And just like you had your Aunt Donnie, I had my cousin Ronald, who was a big influence in my life, and especially in the world of Michael Jackson. And he had went to the Bad concert, and he had brought me back this. Now, he went as a surprise. He went to go visit a friend, and the friend had tickets. So it was a surprise to him. And so he brought me back the Bad Tour program. This was my first program ever, any type of tour program, and I was so excited. And this is the Japanese version of the same tour. One thing I do want to point out is that this part of it happened in 87. So when you look at the pictures in this book, they're a little bit more generic. And then when you look at the American version, it's all pictures from when he was in Japan. So you'll see, the picture with the Japanese children and him, on the boat in Japan. So these are very special to me. We got one that's completely wrapped here, because you guys know how much I love the Bad era. And one quick thing, another company came out with a 12th anniversary version of the Bad Tour book. So this came out 12 years after that. And it was a project that was approved by MJJ Productions. It looks like the company was called Loyal and Funny MJ News, the Italian Michael Jackson fan club. Andre Fiorelli, who I believe I actually know. That's one of my buddies. So they put this together in honor of Michael's.
Shout out to Andre.
Shout out to Andre for 12 years of the anniversary of Bad.
And this is the Triumph Tour, which a lot of us we were just enthralled with the Jackson at that time. Can You Feel It came out? That's one of my favorite pictures, and I'm sure that'll give away the back picture. The brothers in tight unity. It's a picture I want to display in here because it just gives you a great depiction of the Jacksons when they're at work on stage. Isn't that magnificent? It's like Marlon and the brothers giving us their all. And that's what those brothers did night in and night out. They gave their fans their all. And I got a little story to tell about this.
Take your time.
It's weird because I got a piece of mail one day, and I was about, like 9. The mailman came, knocked on the door. He said, I got a package from Ryan O'Neal. My mom said, you ain't got no package for him. The mailman said, listen, miss, I don't send them, I'll just deliver it. But lo and behold, it was from my sister who was in Germany, and it was the Triumph album. And I remember opening that album up and seeing that cover with the halo over the brother's head. It's one of my best covers of all the Jackson albums. And I got that album early because she was in Europe. So I think I got it in 79. I think it came out in 80. Great album.
So he had a preview, an early preview. So this is one of my favorite items. This was a commemorative Moonwalker book. It was limited edition, only 5,000 made. They aren't individually numbered, but this was from Captain EO Productions, and it came out in 1998. It's a super glossy, embossed book. When I tell you this book is gorgeous, and the pages are just, aren't they glossy?
Very glossy.
I mean, they're just spectacular. And I wish I can show you like how glossy and beautiful this embossment is, but Again, this was a limited edition, 5,000 copy special Moonwalker edition. Very beautiful. There's the back. I'm sorry.
Here's a collection of photos from the Victory Tour from '84. Man, listen, my wife is right. Us showing you these pictures over this internet does these no justice. The pictures are beautiful. The lighting is stunning. It's remarkable artwork. If you don't have these books, try to find them. Get them in your collection because they're well worth having. Well worth having.
Okay, and now I'm going to move on to history. The History World Tour book, and I think I have one of my favorite pictures. Actually, it's not my favorite picture. It's my daughter's favorite picture. My daughter loves this picture of Michael because she loves when people wear jean jumpers. So she really likes that picture of Michael. So I'm showing that for her. My favorite picture is actually on the back. But this was from the History World Tour. And this one is just like the Moonwalker. This was also from the Captain EO Productions. It was also a limited edition, 5,000 copies available, glossy, embossed picture book. Just like the Moonwalker one that I had showed you a few minutes ago. Really beautiful images. I ended up right back on Smooth Criminal, which is what I showed you in the other one. So let me see if I
These
can
pictures
find
are beautiful. I mean, they're really, really remarkable.
Find something else. Trying to find something really pretty and bright for you, but I'm not doing a good job under pressure. But the pictures are very beautiful. Again, another limited edition, 5,000 copies made. Captain EO Productions. And that was the original.
I'm gonna hold this one up back. We all know this is the greatest grossing concert in the history of America, the Victory Tour. Without a doubt, one of the greatest concerts ever performed. And one of my favorite pictures in the world is the brothers.
Well, one of them jumped out.
No, turn around.
That was for my mom because my mom loves Marlon.
Yeah, the cars are so nice. They want to just drive right off the page. I ain't mad at them. But look at the brothers. I mean, look at them. And each brother in front of a sports car. I mean, it's just remarkable. The artistry in this book is just remarkable. I'm quite sure you have. If you don't, go get it. We have so many. We just wanted to use one that we could just ruffle up like we did. But great concert, great book. The brothers in unity. What more can you ask for? Go ahead, baby.
Yeah. So I'm gonna actually steal from your pile.
My pile.
Yeah, because I'm gonna do Dangerous. So I absolutely love the Dangerous book. I'm not gonna open this because I have this wrapped so tight. We took these off the wall, by the way. No Michael Jackson pun intended when I say off the wall. But a lot of these have these things on the back because we had to literally go up and pull all these down for the sake of doing this video. So I'm not going to unwrap it. But this is another gorgeous, one of the most gorgeous tour books. The pictures in here are just absolutely stunning. I'm not going to open it. I was thinking about it, but I'm not going to open it. It's too much work.
Inbox us if you want to see some pictures. Now, this is not a concert program, but this is special to me and Vernay because this is another event that we both were there on the same day, same time. And I think it was Valentine's Day.
It was Valentine's Day 2001. So we spent Valentine's Day together in 2001, but we were complete strangers.
Didn't even know it. I was cheating and I didn't know it. But anyway, that show is special to me also because I was searching for Michael and I ran into Johnny Cochran, nice. Mother Love, Rabbi Shmuley. I ran everybody with Michael, but I did see Michael in the elevator. They stopped us because me and my brother at the time were proceeding to go downstairs to the green room, and Michael was there, and I was in amaze. I mean, like when them doors opened, I was like, I just couldn't believe it. I was like, wow, he's standing right there, and I wanted to grab him, but I kept my composure. But anyway, I didn't get a chance to meet him in the green room because he left right at their speech. But it was a great show, and it was amazing because my baby was there at the same time.
Yes, so this was one of those things that we didn't find out until after we met. So the Seminar Center, they put out these programs to let you know what kind of activities are happening in the Carnegie Hall. It was in Carnegie Hall, right?
Carnegie Hall.
And so that was where this came from. I was telling my husband earlier, I remember sitting in the back on purpose because I had to catch the last bus from New York to Delaware. And I was like, I'm not going to walk out in the middle of Michael's speech. That would be so rude. So I said, I'm going to sit in the back just in case Michael's talking. But luckily, I got to hear the whole speech.
And I was sitting in the front. And this is, oh man, this is one of my favorite tour books. It's the Jackson's reunion, 2012. We saw them at Atlantic City. What was it? I can't think of the hotel. It'll come to me in a second.
Hard Rock.
No, it wasn't Hard Rock. It was I'm sorry, it'll come to me. But anyway, that's when I first met the brothers personally. I took my father-in-law, William Hart, from the Delphonics, and when we went backstage, it was something to behold because as they was holding on to him, crying, if they missed him and they ain't seen him in a while, I was holding on to him crying. And it was like, well, who is this guy right here? That's what my father said. That's my godson. And ever since then, I mean, when I see the brothers, it's like, it's bliss. It's total bliss.
You also do that one too.
Yeah, and here's the brothers, the same Unity tour at the Hard Rock Cafe, at Planet Hollywood, and Vegas. I didn't get a chance to see that show. I saw it twice when it came to Atlantic City. Here's another great show. Oh man, what can you say about this show?
Cirque du Soleil Immortal.
Soleil Immortal. I saw this in Philadelphia, and I had a VIP seat. And lo and behold, guess who else was there?
So I was also there. We didn't know each other at this event either. I was there with my friend Fred Rossi from Philadelphia, who I've spoken about in several videos. And we weren't in box seats. We just bought regular tickets. I met Freddie at his house, and we went over.
She knew me. She'd been in the box.
But yeah, that's a third event that we were both at and didn't know each other. So tell them about the.
And so anyway, we went down to meet the performers, and really a great show. I mean, the acrobats was magnificent. I mean, the music was like right on point. And Jonathan Muffet, Sugarfoot himself. I went back to meet him, and when he found out who I was and how much of a collector I was, he gave me the actual sticks from that night. And as you can see, boy, he put a lot of work on these sticks that night. And let me tell you, the sound was magnificent, if you can see it. But anyway, so this is really sacred to me because Sugarfoot himself, and Michael called him Sugarfoot because he said, because nobody hit that bass like him, that drum like him. So,
can I do this one?
Yes, you can do that one, babe.
And speaking of Cirque du Soleil, here is the program from the One Show. So, I think I've been to this show now 4 times. I think 2 were with you. 1 was with my girlfriend Carol. Maybe it was just the 3. I don't know. I've been in enough times, but I still cry and it's all the same parts. So, but this is the program for that. This is actually really big. Really beautiful. Again, colorful. These, like he said, these don't really give you justice to see how gorgeous some of these things are. But this is a show that Ryan and I have experienced together 2 times.
Right. And you know what? When I first saw that show, I mean, I was really, really touched because the sound system was amazing. And that's the first time I really felt speechless because I wasn't, we all don't know all the songs, even though we tried. But Vernay really liked Speechless. And it was so clear. And Vernay got emotional. And, I mean, it touched me. So after that show, Speechless became one of my favorite songs.
Yes. And Stranger in Moscow is my absolute favorite part. If you haven't been to the show, there's like a lady up on the moon and
that show's remarkable.
It's so unbelievable.
I mean, I would pay to see that show 100 times if I had the money.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I think that the contract is running out. It was a 10-year contract. I'm not sure what year we're in, but with everything with COVID and everything shutting down now, I'm hoping that maybe we get to see it one more time before it goes away.
Right.
So.
I mean, the whole atmosphere. The statue that was there. The store, all of Michael's actual
thank you HBO
outfits that was on loan there, that was on display. I mean, man, it was remarkable. I mean, I want to thank you again for taking me to that.
Of course, and of course, the most incredible store. You already know how we feel about the store.
Yeah, I'm still paying for that store. Well, you know what? I do want to do my girl, Janet. This was one of the first concerts I went to of hers. And I really enjoyed her show.
You should have back picture too.
She came with the same energy her brother come with night in and night out. And she had this leather sweatsuit on, and she was working so hard it was dripping with sweat. And I was well, anyway. So anyway, the concert was wonderful. Yeah, it was just
If
remarkable.
you get to
Great,
talk
great
about
show.
Janet Sweat, then I
No,
get to
no, 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 no.
I get to talk
I
about
want
the
to say how
gold
hard
pants.
she put the work in. That's all.
That means I get to talk about the gold pants from the history concert. That's all I'm gonna say. So anyway, back to Janet. This was the Rhythm Nation tour. So this is my husband's book, of course. So, but we didn't want to exclude Janet from the tour book and program thing here. I don't really have anything to say about it because I wasn't there, but I just wanted to show the
I
program.
can't say nothing right now. I'm in enough trouble.
And I hate to leave the program on such a downer, but before I show this last thing, I do want to give a special shout out to a tour book that I couldn't find, and I've been driving my husband crazy for 2 days. Did I get on your nerves?
Absolutely.
So when I went to Germany, which was the first time I saw Michael, and I had already have a video about that on YouTube. I was there for the What More Can I Give benefit concert. And the tour book is just kind of plain black, and it's a little square with the same image from the t-shirt, the What More Can I Give cloud looking. And I looked all over for that book. I have my husband up in the attic today, a freezing cold attic.
Freezing cold.
I mean, we tore this place apart. I have no idea where I put this book. It's a special book because that was the first time I ever saw Michael. Now, having said that, it's not really any good pictures in it. It was just that I wanted to share it with you because it does have sentimental value. So I'm hoping I stuck it somewhere where I wouldn't forget and that it resurfaces at some point. So the last two things we're going to show you, of course, is the memorial from Michael's funeral service. No need to go into this in detail too much. You know what it was, you know what it was for. But I will talk about this one. This is called A Musical Genius and Icon, Michael Jackson. And this has like zero information as to who put it together. The pictures in here are stunning. It's like a memorial book. The only clue that it gives, oh, here it is. Okay. Here it is. Dwight Enterprises from Blessed Creations. I have no idea where it came from, how we got it in our possession.
But it's a good book.
But it's
shout out to Dwight Enterprises.
Yeah, this is so nicely done.
Fantastic job.
And I try to shoot through and show you some of the pictures. It's just so beautiful and so colorful. There's not really any stories in there or anything, but it's just a gorgeous, gorgeous photo book. And it's a really nice compliment with the memorial book because it really does give a nice overview
and it will
Michael's
pick your
life.
spirits up looking at some of them pictures because that was some of the happier times in Michael's life. So shout out to Dwight Enterprise again. Phenomenal job.
So that is our tour books and special programs. I should have probably looked at my schedule so I can tell you what was coming up next. But I spent 2 days looking for the missing tour book that I still haven't found. So I will definitely keep you posted about what's coming up next. Ryan may or may not join me. I think that the next one is a story about one of my adventures. So I'm not sure if he'll sit in on that one. But he's definitely going to be back soon. And then he's going to also start doing some shows. A special show here and there on some Mondays, not every Monday.
Right, not every Monday. I just really want to touch on some of the Jackson 5 stories and some of the Jackson 5 items and how big the platform was that launched the career of the King of Pop.
Yeah, and that's the good thing about us is that, I'm Michael, and he is more broad and more Jackson family, Jackson brothers. So it's kind of like a complete package. We're trying to give you the whole story, but I don't pretend to know stuff that I don't know. So we're going to let him do the Jacksons and Jackson 5 stuff because he knows what he's talking about. When I do it, he goes, babe, you should have said blah, 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 blah.
But you know what? We're like Batman and Robin. You get with me and enlighten me on some of the Michael stuff, and I got to enlighten you on the Jackson 5 and the Jackson stuff.
And that's how we learn and become great.
And guess what? We're going to bring it all to you. So until next time.
All right. Thank you so much, and we'll catch you next week.
Have a great night.
Or I guess I should say Friday. All right. All right. Bye-bye. Okay.